Have you ever wondered how to make your home feel unique and full of character without breaking the bank? Vintage furniture is the secret. Imagine a chic mid-century chair or an antique wooden table adding instant charm to your space. In today's video, I'll show you how to seamlessly incorporate vintage furniture into your decor and elevate your home in ways you've never imagined. Welcome to the Design Lounge. If you love transforming your living space with timeless pieces that tell a story, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll dive into how you can use vintage furniture to elevate your decor, no matter the style of your home. Whether you're working with a small apartment or a spacious house, vintage furniture can add that special touch of personality and sophistication. I'll also share styling tips, key pieces to look for, and common mistakes to avoid when adding vintage finds to your space. So, let's get started on giving your home a classic yet modern makeover. Vintage furniture is more than just a trend. It's a way to bring personality, character, and history into your living space. It adds a timeless charm that new furniture can't quite replicate. Whether you're looking to create a cozy, eclectic vibe or a sophisticated, timeless feel, vintage pieces are the perfect way to elevate your decor. In today's video, we're going to explore how you can seamlessly incorporate vintage furniture into your home, elevate your style, and create a space that's as unique as you are. Why vintage furniture is worth using. One of the biggest draws of vintage furniture is its undeniable charm. Unlike mass-produced pieces, vintage furniture carries a story and a sense of history. Whether it's a mid-century modern armchair or an antique chest of drawers, each piece has its own character. These pieces can serve as the centerpiece of a room or add that extra flair to an otherwise neutral space. Vintage furniture is a sustainable choice. By choosing to reuse and repurpose old furniture, you're contributing to the environment by reducing waste and lowering the demand for new resources. Plus, vintage furniture is often made from high-quality materials that stand the test of time. This makes it a smart investment for both your home and the planet. Another reason vintage furniture stands out is the craftsmanship. Many vintage pieces are made from solid wood or durable materials that have proven their longevity over the years. Unlike some modern furniture, which may be mass-produced with less attention to detail, vintage items are often well-built and designed to last for generations, choosing the right vintage furniture for your space. When selecting vintage furniture, it's important to consider how it will fit within your existing decor. Look for pieces that complement your space's color palette, design style, and overall vibe. For instance, if you have a minimalist modern living room, a sleek mid-century sofa might work perfectly. On the other hand, if your decor leans more towards bohemian or eclectic, a vintage rug or antique side table could bring in the right amount of warmth and texture. The key to choosing vintage furniture is ensuring the size and proportion work within your space. A large vintage armoire can dominate a room, while a smaller vintage chair might get lost in a big space. Take measurements and visualize how each piece will fit before committing. Remember, you can always reupholster or paint vintage furniture to better match your aesthetic. When shopping for vintage furniture, it's important to assess the condition of each piece. Look for any signs of damage, such as cracks, dents, or worn-out upholstery. While some imperfections add to the charm, you should be prepared to invest time or money into restoring certain pieces. If you're handy with tools, consider upcycling furniture with a fresh coat of paint, new hardware, or reupholstered cushions. Blending vintage and modern styles. A common challenge when incorporating vintage furniture into a modern home is finding the balance between the old and the new. The key is to avoid overcrowding your space with too many vintage items. Instead, mix and match pieces that feel intentional. For example, pair a vintage leather chair with a contemporary coffee table. Or combine a mid-century modern sofa with modern accessories like sleek lamps or minimalist artwork. To create harmony between vintage and modern furniture, play with color and texture. Use contemporary fabrics like linen or velvet for throw pillows on vintage sofas. Introduce modern artwork or lighting to frame the vintage pieces, making them feel more current and cohesive within your space. A successful blend of vintage and modern furniture doesn't mean matching everything. Rather, it's about layering different eras and styles to create a rich, multidimensional look. A vintage brass chandelier can pair beautifully with a modern dining table, while a retro rug can complement a sleek, minimalist kitchen. Styling tips for vintage furniture. Once you've chosen your vintage furniture, it's time to bring it to life with accessories. Throw pillows, blankets, and rugs are a great way to add texture and color to vintage furniture. Consider the style of the piece you're styling. For example, a vintage Chesterfield sofa could be paired with luxurious velvet cushions, while a mid-century chair might look great with a more graphic throw. The right lighting can accentuate the beauty of vintage furniture. Try using soft lighting with vintage-inspired lamps or pendant lights to create a warm, inviting ambiance. Artwork is another way to style vintage furniture. Consider placing modern art above an antique sideboard or using vintage mirrors to create an elegant focal point. Vintage furniture can be the focal point of a room, drawing attention and creating conversation. Don't be afraid to make your vintage furniture the star of the show. A well-placed vintage armchair or an antique buffet can set the tone for an entire room. Use lighting, color, and decor to draw attention to these key pieces. Common mistakes to avoid. While vintage furniture adds character, too many pieces can overwhelm your space. Avoid overcrowding by selecting a few statement items and leaving plenty of room for modern elements to shine. Vintage furniture requires care and maintenance. Don't neglect the upkeep of your pieces, whether it's dusting regularly or investing in professional restoration when needed. While vintage furniture can be beautiful, make sure the pieces you choose are still functional. Consider comfort, durability, and practicality, especially for items like chairs and sofas. Conclusion and call to action. Incorporating vintage furniture into your home is an easy way to add timeless charm, sustainability, and a touch of character to your space. Whether you're looking to blend vintage and modern or create a completely retro vibe, these pieces can elevate your decor in so many ways. Remember to choose wisely, balance the old and the new, and enjoy the process of styling your vintage finds. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the Design Lounge for more interior design ideas and inspiration. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite vintage furniture piece? Let's keep the conversation going.